Hi friends, welcome to Pictures and Paintings.
Normally, I start sketching by first blocking the rough shapes, and then once the shape is in place, I start penciling in the details. And that too, I start with the area that I am feeling comfortable with, and then build the image around it. In this particular painting, I first started with the mecha on the right hand side, and then soon I realized there is a risk of soiling the pencil sketch while drawing the left hand side mecha. One thing which I tried, which really worked out for this image, is to keep a piece of paper and then keep my hand over it and draw. That way, luckily, I managed to sketch the entire picture without spoiling what I had done. This is Sivaraman. Today I am going to walk you through how I painted these military mechas. I started the painting from the beak. Like in my recent paintings, used Payne's grey and added a little bit of warmth by having a little yellow and brown tone added to it. The red feathers just above their beaks are characteristics to these birds. It differentiates these mechas from the other green parrots. I decided that I will keep the focus around the couple's face, put my efforts more on the forehead feathers, cheeks, beaks and eyes. Getting the eyes right weren't easy. In the reference image, the mechas were looking at different direction and I was not convinced with it. So I had to play around with the pupil position and where the characters were looking at so that there is some kind of a connect between both the parrots. So it really took me a few iteration, both during the sketching stage as well as the painting stage to eventually get it right. For the green plumage, I predominantly used sap green. I mixed it up with a little bit of yellow in areas where it is a little brighter and also used it in combination with brown. I consciously made sure it was not looking very monotonic, so used reddish brown in shadow regions as a relief. At this stage I was happy how the bird was coming together. The balance between the green and red was there, the face was taking some shape. Added a touch of blue on the back of the neck, more like a reflection from the sky. Now with one pass of everything painted, I was ready to start painting the details. I started with the details on the red feathers above the beak, painted some of them negatively, and then added a few dark patches to give it a feeling there is clumps of feathers and together they are creating a shadow. And then I just consciously ensured I painted enough details around the edges to make it look like feathers. I was happy with how the scarlet red feathers were coming out and just wanted to leave it at this stage and not do anything which would spoil it. So decided to move on to the beaks. The beaks were missing the lighting and weathering information. So started adding some rim light around the tongue and the edges of the beaks and then scratch marks on the beak itself. I used Chinese white. I just wanted variation within the dark surface which is there. So I have since I have done this in the past, I was comfortable with the look I was getting. And then moved on to the eyes. Added a little bit of bright light around the iris and then repainted the highlights. Like I told, I wasn't very happy with how the eyes were initially coming out, so I wanted to do one more pass and then finally adding that bright pupil made a little difference, and then the eyes started working. And for the bird on the left hand side, I just increased the size of the pupil a little bit on the lower side to help the bird make an eye contact with the other one. Now with the face and eyes almost done, only the feathers and background were left. I consciously decided to keep the background to last. I was in fact pretty much happy with the bright background and I was even tempted to leave it white. So started with adding details of the green feathers around the cheeks and around the beak. With beak and cheek having a high level of detail, all of a sudden getting into zero details wouldn't work out at all. I ensured the feathers closer to them also carried the same amount of detail and then slowly reduced it off. This really worked out well for this image. The green feathers were mostly painted using the negative painting technique. I kept darkening the shadows in layers so that all of a sudden it doesn't get too dark, and then as and when I do a coat I can re-evaluate how much more is needed and then go for it. I keep doing this in fact in all my paintings. I like painting them in passes. So do one coat of everything and then see how the painting is progressing, and then based on where more details would help, you can always go in and tweak it. Again, if at any stage if there is small little mistakes in the paintings, It also gives you an opportunity to fix those if you have not gone too deep with the level of details. I also chose certain region in the painting where we would be seeing the details like the chest and neck region and the region around the eyes, and painted those patiently. I was almost done painting the macaws at this stage and then decided to go for the background. I was in a lot of dilemma to decide what colors to go with, and finally thought yellow green would be in line with the theme I have used for the macaws, and a little bit of blue for some variation. So I gave a coat of the background, and then I felt the bright background was competing with the character itself, and I did not like that look. So using a wet paper towel, I dabbed and took some of the paint out gently. I was happy with how the painting has come out. Just wanted to add a few final touches. Increase the contrast on the beaks a little bit using ivory black, and then on the feathers around the neck using a dark shade of brown and green. This is primarily to keep the focus around that central portion of the painting. And that's it. We are done. A good friend pointed out that the voiceover and background music were competing with each other in the Gala Cockatoo painting. So what we have done is really toned the background music down here. A special thanks to the friend. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Me and my daughter keep posting our paintings in this channel. We would like to really stay connected with you. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Let's stay in touch.
Thank you for watching this. See you soon in the next one. Until then, bye bye from Sivarama.